Cascadia is a little bit of a different story than what you've heard here. We're a little bit earlier stage, and just to reiterate what Gwen had talked about, some of you might know me from the ATAC days. That was purchased by Hecla Mining a couple months ago. They bought the Canada's Carlin-style mineralization, the Brackla Gold Project. We convinced Hecla to let us spin out the copper and gold projects into Cascadia just to keep our team together. We've got an amazing team. And we were already transitioning into a copper gold company anyway. So, and we didn't want to lose the Catch property. We didn't want Hecla to be running with it. We wanted to do it ourselves. So, I'm going to primarily focus on Catch today, and we'll move ahead. Some forward-looking statements. So, just quickly here, we've got, as you can see, the Hecla there. They're at about 19.9. They did a concurrent financing with the spin-out. They put in $2 million at 36 cents. Barrick Gold came in as a legacy from the ATAC days. They're strong shareholders as well, very focused on copper, and we have a great relationship with them as well. So management director is about 4%. You'll see that a couple of Hecla people did come in from nominees from that transaction, Jim Sabella, and Kurt Allen. We also have we're steeped in technical. We have ex-VPX for Barrick on our technical committee. Rob Karn has been working up the Yukon for 40 years. I've been working up in the Yukon for about over 25 years. Great young team, very tight share structure. You'll see we've got about 37 million shares outstanding. Almost half of that is tied up with high net worth investors, Barrick and Hecla. So it's very torquey, brand new, well-structured company. We've got about 3.7 in cash. We're right in the middle of a 2,500 meter drill program on the Catch property. So I'll take you through that. So here's the 4 projects that went into Cascadia. You can see we're focused here at the Catch, which is just southeast of Carmax. And then we've got the Pill property, which is in the heart of the Toodoggone. So those are 2 key copper gold projects. The key thing here about the Catch project as we zoom into it is that you'll see here, and as Gwen mentioned, you've got the Stikine terrain that comes up through BC with Red Chris and some of the major deposits up there. It goes up into the Yukon, and this area up in the Yukon has really seen very little to no exploration for these type of alkalic gold, copper gold porphyries. So that's what we've done. We had a young prospector that used to work for us, took advantage of a Yukon mineral exploration program. He was prospecting out in the Catch area just south of Carmax. He went out there. This area had never, ever been explored. Nobody had ever set foot. There's no record of any claims in this area. He went out there, and he started finding some of these type of rocks at surface. He brought it to us, and he said, I want an option. And we said, absolutely. So we immediately optioned it. This project is, out of my 25 years of working in the Yukon, I've never seen so much copper and gold mineralization at surface. You literally went out there. When we went out there, like, okay, what's this kid found? And we went out there and we were walking around, and just walking through some of the bare areas, you're actually just kicking over malachite over half a kilometer. It's just spectacular. And that's the beauty of the Yukon. You can go to the Yukon and still find places where nobody's ever walked before. So, and the fact that this has never been looked at as an extension of the Stikine into the Yukon is just incredible. So, we were very pumped about it. We optioned the property. This is a kind of a zoom in. We've increased the size of the property a couple times. I think some of the grades really speak for themselves. You see, we've got the main zone here and the diorite zone. We'll probably rename those eventually, but clearly you're getting percent copper at surface over very large areas. For the main zone to diorite zone is a couple kilometers. This 3.8% copper and 30 grams gold is on outcrop. We went there, right there in outcrop. We just set the drill up right on top of that about a week and a half ago. So we've done, I have that on the next slide. We'll show you where the holes are. So, some incredibly good surface samples. And we haven't even been able to get out to some of these soil sample targets. Like the team was out there, they'd go out to these soil samples that are 200 ppm soil, and you're like, oh, what's here? And all of a sudden you're digging up copper mineralization. It's spectacular. I have a rock of that 30 gram gold and 3% copper. You can come check it out at my booth. So here we are kind of zooming in. Last year we did a lot of prospecting. We did geophysics. Clearly we have coincident geochemical or geophysical anomalies, conductors with coincident resistivity. These are pretty no-brainer drill hole locations because you're setting up right on top of mineralization. So what we've done this year, we've put 2 holes here, obviously on top of the outcrop, and then a little bit further down, we've done 2 holes up at the main zone at the up top, and then we're just finishing. We're about 300 meters into which will be our last hole for this year. As Gwen did mention, that we are seeing mineralization in all of the holes. There's varying amounts of pyrite, pyrrhotite, and chalcopyrite. So we really just don't know. But we have no assays, but we should be getting those in a month or 2. So definitely stay tuned for that. So here it is, and this is kind of the example where, when we went out there, and this is kind of the lay of the land. You know, this was kind of the main zone that he found, but then when we started walking around and you're seeing, these are almost like kill zones because there's so much metal in the soil. You're just, there's the plants can't live, there's natural. But, and you're finding this all over the place. And the key thing here is that of the average grade of all of these rocks you see here, including all of the dusters, you've got 0.3% copper and 0.7 gold. Moving down to the diorite zone, you've got, here's our 2% copper. I think we have, this is our 3.8. And again, the average grade here of all of these rocks, including all the dusters, is 0.4 copper and 1 gram gold. So we're clearly in a system here. Where are we in the system? We're going to find out, but these are the first 5 holes ever drilled on it. And I think the key thing here, as we move forward, and I just want to bring it back to this slide to show that we're the first movers. We really are the key for first movers that is going to look for Yukon's golden triangle. We've got we haven't made a big deal out of it, but we've had a couple geos flying around helicopters. Like, if you can find this at the catch, this mineralization, the surface, well, what else is out there within 60, 100 kilometers in this belt? And we'll have some news out on that eventually, but no one's ever really looked at it. And I think one of the key things about this is it's challenging areas to get in. It's old burns, and people, it's like, just hadn't been looked at. But we've got a team that's just eager to get out there. We'll go on and cut helicopter pads, and you fly around, and we've done a lot of regional work. So lots of news to come from there. Quickly, before I finish up, I just want to touch on the Pill property. We managed to option the Pill property off of Finley Minerals about 1.5 years ago. It's right in the heart of the Toodoggone. Some of you would be familiar with Thesis, HDI, AMARC, the Joy project. They have a JV with Freeport-McMoran. Centerra is getting a little bit more active in here as well. So this is just a very fertile area. We wanted to get into an area with road access, so we've been working on that the last couple of years. We did some Titan IP, and we look to be drilling that next year. Obviously some really nice copper and gold grades there as well. A bunch of different types of systems on this project. We're focusing more on the Pill South here. We're getting really spectacular copper grades and silver and gold in this Pill South. So we did 2 large IP lines on Pill South this year. That's what was used to find the ChemEst as well. So yep, we will be doing a drill program there next year. And quickly, I don't have too much time left here, but we did option a project off another very bright prospector right near Casino. Did some really nice work with gold grains and some zircon dating. I won't get into too much, but if Casino's going to transact with Rio Tinto, we've got a really nice land position there with Sands of Time and Idaho Creek. And lastly, we have Rosie, which is in central Yukon, epithermal, low sulfidation epithermal gold and silver project as well. So we've got lots going on. We're going to have lots of news coming in the next couple of months. And yeah, it's really fun. It's exciting. And I've never seen such a great property. And let's hope Mother Nature's good to us with the drill. So thank you.